What up, Bucs fans? Welcome back to Real Bucs Talk. In today's video, we're going to continue our draft coverage, and we're talking about linebacker Demetrius Knight out of South Carolina, number 17. Really good player as far as just athleticism and ability to get downhill in a hurry, as you see him here, attack the ball carrier. I really like his game as far as, just being that aggressor and knows how to make tackles in the box.
And a lot of his game is playing what's in front of him, and he can read and react well to that. And he's a bigger bodied guy, like 6'2", 235. He carries it very, very well. He looks almost lanky here. Look at his wide wingspan here. Again, look at his body. Watch how he stays balanced here. I really like this play in and of itself. Like, look at his lateral ability here to shift, not overly pursue, right? Don't run yourself out of the play. Realize the running back is still there, so he could go in that hole, but don't allow it. And then he just hops right with them, runs with the running back, and makes a play on the ball. So at 6'2", 235, he's very nimble laterally, but I think he's really good with moving forward, similar to a former linebacker of the Bucs. But I mean, I just think he's a more of a cleaner prospect doing this.
Yeah, I mean, he has good understanding. I think, the downside with him, he's going to be 25 in August. So there is, the age factor and how much better can he get with more experience and play time. I think there's still some upside there. I think there's some things in his game that he can work on that we're going to see later here in the film study. But when he understands who his target is and knows where the ball's going, you can see the instant burst, and that showed in his combine. He ran a 4.58, had good quickness, so you can see just the instant start and stop ability from his game, and really to attack the quarterback here.
Yeah, like I said, downhill is his game. Like he can really get downhill in a hurry, and once he understands where he has to be, he's quick to it. And whether it be a running back, a quarterback trying to run out of the pocket, he's quick to pursuit. And yeah, it's hard to get away from him, especially with that wingspan, 6'2". He's got the size to his advantage. Like as you see here, he understands. Okay, the guy's not going out. Running back still's in the backfield. I'm going after the quarterback. That was my assignment. I'm going to get now attack the quarterback because the running back's not going nowhere. I'm safe in that aspect. And then forcing fumbles. That's a motto, I guess. Todd Bowles has been mentioning a lot this offseason. He wants to be a ball hawk or force turnovers. This guy's done it. Like he had three forced fumbles this season. That one was returned for a touchdown. You're going to see another one later in the view. But, I mean, he's consistently getting after it downhill.
Yeah, and I like how they kept it simple for him at South Carolina. They didn't ask him to do too much. His responsibility was be in the box and guard the running back, and I think he did that very well. You can see it here. He stays in phase with number 7, and then his awareness to understand where this ball is and make the interception. So that was pretty cool to see, and it's something with his game where those long arms do come in handy. He's got over 30, almost 33-inch arm length, so that plays a part, and really heady player.
And as you mentioned, like in that last clip, he didn't move until the running back moved. So like they did make it simpler. They were just like, okay, stay on the running back. You have man assignment. Don't overthink it. Just attack. And that's how you want your football players to play. But that next level, like you just mentioned, he's 25 going into the season. How much more can he grow and learn as harder offenses that are trying to confuse you and understand what the heck am I supposed to go after? Will he be able to adapt to that as opposed to a defense that's just like, okay, sit on the running back and that's it?
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. So, and again, he's really strong as far as in the box play, as we continue to see here. His ability to diagnose and see where this football is going. He knows how to get after it in pursuit. Sees quarterback still has it, and he's going to come up and make this tackle. So he's got a lot of ability there. And then when again showing his downhill burst, he gets tripped here by the tight end, which doesn't allow him to make the play. But he's still there in the backfield, tries to maintain balance, just misses, and his teammates wrap him up for him. But you like the ability here.
Yeah, like teams that are looking for downhill linebackers that can get after it in the run, stop the run first. I mean, this guy's going to do that. Like he can mess with the big guys, the big uglies in the middle, navigate around guards and tackles, not afraid to body a guy and then get after it sideline to sideline. He has 4.58 speed, so it's pretty good. I mean, it's better than average. I'll say that. And I mean, if you're looking for a guy that can just man up against a running back, as you see here again, this is prototype of what you want. Running backs going out in the flats, He's just mirroring him, following where he's going. Okay, eliminate that option. And that makes the easy throw gone. So make a quarterback work harder. So if it's just that simple of assignment, yeah, he's got a pretty good deal. But later on in the zones, he kind of messes up a little bit.
Yeah, so that's just again part of his maturation, and you hope he can take those steps. But when you're watching linebackers in college, usually this is what you're looking for. You're trying to see can they do these aspects of the game that we're showing to you guys. Can he guard the running back? Yes, that's a check. And showing his athleticism to get wide and lateral is also another check. But this play is pretty cool here. I like how he works his way back towards the play. You can see the lateral quickness to jump back towards that offensive lineman. A nice little shovel play that they run here that they're trying to get the touchdown because there's an open gap. But I like how he fights back off of that offensive lineman. Good tackle there. And then this ball is going to get knocked
Yeah.
out. And then they, I think, recover. Yes. So really good play. And you can see the lateral movement there that we saw earlier comes back into play here.
Yeah, heart, hustle, motor, that all plays into it too. Because this guy's way bigger than him. He has the easy advantage just to push him out of the play, and that should be an easy score, right? Yeah, but no, he goes to help out his teammate. His teammate comes in. He's on his hands and knees over here trying to fight his way back to the ball. Guess what? Forces a fumble. Our team's got it. We keep moving the chains, preventing scores. So you gotta love to see that. And then more, yeah, him just covering that running back. It's a very quick theme that you see he can do really, really well, and that's what you need in the NFL. They want athletic linebackers that can cover in space. Can he do it man to man? Absolutely. Like I was mentioning earlier, zone's a part of the game that's a lot harder for every linebacker. That's why they're linebackers and not corners or safeties.
Mhm. Yeah, couldn't agree more. And again, here, just understanding his assignment. Okay, he knows the running back doesn't have the ball, so I can be aggressive and get in here. And he gets there in a hurry. So the ability, his click and close is really on point and it's present as he's able to get to the quarterback and cause an incompletion here.
Like I said, he's comfortable in the trash. Like he's bodying guys, realizing, okay, there's a guy I can push off of him. Running back still doesn't have a ball. Let me quickly get after the quarterback. So, I mean, front seven players that can get after the quarterback, they usually get taken higher. He wasn't a sack master, but he gets after it. And what? Look at this: causes turnovers, punching the ball. We've seen that in Tampa Bay frequently with a man the name of Levante David, and a guy that can show you that, show heart hustle. Look at this, pissed off he didn't recover it. You want guys like that on your team.
Yeah, someone that cares, someone that he's showing the willingness to go the extra mile, and he's always trying to find that football and make plays on it. And that's what you want.
Yeah, then here we go again. Like, yeah, like the theme of this thing is if it's a front seven guy, like the Ravens, guys who clog the run first, this is where you're wanting. Like this guy can get after it in a hurry, speed, click and close, understanding zones and gaps. He's there. Like his assignment base, if it's in front of him, he's usually Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, agreed. Now we get into some of the zone coverage, and this is where some of his issues come up. I like that he's diagnosing this play, he's reading the quarterback's eyes, but as far as terms of feel and understanding where guys are, that's where the work needs to happen. So here, I like where he's at. I would just like to see him anticipate and maybe break on this a little bit better, close that gap, which he does. He comes downhill and tries to make the tackle. He misses, but at least he's in the area. But those are things that he just has to work on.
You know, on that one, he tackled a little high. I mean, he missed the tackle because of it. And then here again, more in coverage. It looks like he's just man to man on my man here. Just comes across of him, little out route. He kind of slowly fades out. You want to kind of see a little bit more hustle in there, especially if you don't think your guy's getting it. Maybe try and get across this guy. But still, he's on the spot for his own guy. He's almost wanting the catch to be allowed. He's not necessarily on the man per se, right? Especially if it's a man defense giving that much fade. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how he was taught that at South Carolina, but still, it's just more the zone stuff that kind of concerns me.
Yeah, it's kind of goes into our video with Anthony Walker. It's about what are you willing to give up, versus what is allowed. But here he's dropping back, and again he's trying to cover the middle third of the play here. So I would just like to see him just understand and maybe cut this 90, like understand where that guy is behind you, understand where that dig route is coming, towards the play. So that's something that needs to be improved. And that, again, that comes with maybe more experience in running these types of concepts, can get better with NFL coaching. But right now, it's just that's a weakness for him right now.
Yeah, but some of that's a lot of awareness, like understanding what's
Yeah.
behind you. Like with Chris Paul Jr., I think he's more of a natural with this. He can feel prior to the snap, he knows where the players are, and then after the snap, feels where players are going, whether they're in front of him, on the side of him, or behind him. His eyes were all over, so his understanding of the proprioception around him is so much more superior to some other linebackers that I've been seeing, especially here. And like you said, cut in front of that. Right? It's almost like he's afraid that he's going to allow a bigger gainer, so he's just going to allow the catch, then get in after it instead of trying to make the play to knock it down to prevent the play.
Right. Yeah, I agree. That was well said there. So as we continue, here he is again in the middle. He's going to again get after the running back here, understands where the ball is going, pushes him out of bounds. So when he's lined up against running backs and even like tight ends, that's something that he can do well. He's going to come into the screen here again, trying to force that fumble. Doesn't work. But you like his mentality as far as trying to, go after that football, try to punch it out. You just like to see that a little bit more consistently when it comes to coverage.
Look at that reach, though. Look at that length right there to try and punch that thing out. That was a capable of opportunity to knock that thing out. And other running backs that don't take care of the football as much as that guy did, that could be a one that pops out and you got yourself a turnover.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And then here he does a good job of getting to his depth, getting to his point of defense. He's pushing that tight end off his spot, and then he realizes the run comes downhill and makes the tackle. So you can see clearly where his strengths are. And then here he's not in the screen, but he's going to make a hustle play as he's going to run to the football and force this guy out of bounds. So Demetrius Knight, with him being 25 going into the season, I think it's something that, could be, beneficial for him, but also it's like, how long is it going to take him to develop more into something better? But right now, I think he's, a day two player that either the Bucs or, some NFL team is going to want on their football team because of what he brings with his leadership and mentality and stuff like that. So let us know what you guys think. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit that like button. And with that said, until the next one.